Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of We Love Our Kids, But I'm Justin McClure, and here's my lovely wife, Ami McClure.
Did you forget who was sitting in front of you just now?
No, I was just saying, you look lovely. You do. I just look like every week like I just got done playing golf because I did.
Listen, I'm wearing literal... I don't know if you can see my pants. Oh, you can't. So wonderful. I don't even have to tell them how terrible my pants look right now.
I on Sundays, I typically play golf, so that's why I always have a hat on.
He's always got a different golf hat on. I'm wearing Dr. Mike's
Oh, yeah, Dr. Mike.
thing.
If you guys didn't check out that video, the girls did a fun video with Dr. Mike, who's a real doctor, but also a social media star. And the girls did a great video on the McClure Twins channel. You should check that out. No, his channel.
It's on his channel.
Dr. Mike's channel.
And there'll be another one coming, I think it's next week.
On YouTube Kids.
Yes.
On YouTube Kids.
Yep.
But if you want to check it out, I think it's called Doctor Explains Twins to Twins.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks for being here. We love our kids, but...
Should we allow them to grow up on social media, right?
Yeah.
We love our kids, but should we allow them to continue to grow up in front of social media?
Yeah, I mean, everyone has strong opinions about that. I read the other day about a guy, a famous guy. I don't know who he was, but he did not allow his kid to be on social media. Like he just, he's like older, like maybe 9 or 10 or something like that.
The kid's 9 or 10?
Yeah, so he's obviously curious. No, he's a dad. So he's a dad who has a lot of money. He's like, I don't want my kid on social media or around it, or I don't want anybody to know who he is. And so I thought about it, and I thought about our kids and about how they've grown up on social media. And I think there's pros and cons to both sides. Because when I thought about this, I'm like, okay, well, the dad is like, I guess, doing his best to quote unquote protect the kid. Because I say it in quotes, because are you really protecting something that is so common that everyone really should embrace? Because it is the new social. Social media is not social media. It's being social. Like there's so many people, you might consider them hermits or you might consider them introverted, but really they might prefer just to be online.
Okay, but is the question, is he banning his kid from seeing social media, or he's just keeping his kid off of his kid's face being on social media?
Right, so he doesn't get to, he doesn't get to like, well, he was saying like he didn't want him to have his own profile on anything or like have his face shown or whatever. And
okay.
I can
a lot
totally...
of celebrities do that though.
Yeah, I can totally respect that, especially if I'm a huge celebrity. And like what happens with a huge celebrity, your kid automatically becomes a celebrity too if they know who that kid is.
Yep.
And that's not fair to the child because they didn't ask for any of that. And also they're not talented or anything at this point. They're just a kid.
Yeah, some celebrities create profiles for their kids because their kids love the entertainment world as well. And they are doing something. They're trying to be actors. They're trying to be singers. They're trying to be whatever. Other celebrities' kids are just like, I'm just some kid who happened to be born to Jay-Z and Beyonce. I'm just a kid, though. I'm not interested in this, that, and the fourth. So they don't have profiles. But I think it depends on the child. Some parents are just like, absolutely not. But I think it really does depend on the child, because I see now there's some people whose children are born and that instant they've got a social media. That instant.
Well, there's so many people, before they're even born, they're like, here's their Instagram, and you check it out, and there's like 500,000 followers, and this thing's not here yet. Not even born yet. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I think there's definitely two very distinct sides to it. Like there's no middle. It's either your kid has got their own profile, they're on social media, even though you're a super famous person, or you show your kid on your profile, but you cover their face. Like I see that too. Yeah. Like they'll hold the kid, but the face is covered with like a sunflower or a heart or something. They don't want to show the kid's face because they want the kid to have anonymity when they go out in public or whatever the case may be. Mainly, I think you're right, for protection. Maybe the kid's not always with them. So if the kid's going to school, they don't want people like, oh, you're Julia Roberts' child or whatever, you know.
Yeah. So how do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about young kids on social media? Obviously, you know how we feel about it. But I think we also are very healthy about it. Just because our kids are on social media doesn't mean they're not extremely protected. Like our kids are very much protected. And people are confused about, we'll say, our lives. I don't think we're the same as most quote unquote influencers. Yeah. We run this as a business and a job, and that's it. this job happens to be, we are entertainers. If young Disney stars or whoever, young singers or whatever that you see on America's Got Talent or whatever, they're trying to rise up through the ranks. You can do that with YouTube these days. Our girls and son, we get to do new activities and pranks and fun things that we wouldn't normally do. We record it, and because we're savvy with business, with marketing and editing and all that stuff, we can make entertainment that people want to see or hopefully want to see. With that said, our kids are out there on social media as part of a business, but they're not out there as part of, hey, please like them, and we're pleading that you follow them.
Not out there as far as every single activity they're doing. Like, there's no need for you to know their schedule.
Right.
For you to know that they have this on Tuesday, this on Wednesday, look what we're doing on Thursdays. And like, that's just not a part of how we choose to share our presence on social media. I know there's a lot of people who that's how they do it. It's about every single little thing that the person is doing. And that's never been the case, which is, again, to me, why sometimes I am fine with there being a couple days in between posting, because you don't need to be out there every single moment. Yep. It's just, I think it's number one, demanding on the person and the child and the schedule, which is not something we ever wanted to do. And number two, I think it's just like, it's silly. Like, why do you need to know every single little aspect?
Well, what I don't like is when families, they go live all the time and they follow their kids around and they expect their kids to perform or whatever. We, go live maybe once a month. Like, that's just not part of our thing. Because once again, we run the thing, and this is advice to people.
We want to live our life, right?
If you're trying to do this, it's like you don't need to make real-time content. We try to structure out a story and say, this is what we're doing, and then we're going to do other things and enjoy our life. And there's so many YouTube families that the mom and dad don't either have the talent, or they're not entertainers, or they don't have the skill or whatever, but they follow their kids around, and the kids should do this and that. And I'm sure there's a lot of pressure on that kid, because if they don't perform, then the videos don't do well. Whereas in our family business, we're all part of it, and we all enjoy it, and we're all entertainers. And there's nobody like carrying the weight. We're kind of just having an experience, and we edit it the best we can. Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.